The bodies of Simpson's ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson.
EHY 503, this is California.
I just remember being filled with dismay. You know, everybody forgot about Ron and Nicole. In a real sense, they forgot. 2 people were murdered. I ask the court to ask the defendant to stand for a moment, please.
I'm Deputy District Attorney Marcia Clark, and what I will outline for you today are my office's charges against Mr. Orenthal James Simpson in the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Mr. Ronald.
I didn't know what to expect with the series. For me, it's not entertainment. It's very tough. It's very painful. It was a nightmare that wouldn't end for 15 months.
He feels like a battered husband?
Well, you know, he cut his hand while he was killing her.
And I'm going to read back a quote to you from a Vulture interview. They based the script on a book that has glaring inaccuracies. Toobin got a lot wrong because he's not behind the scenes, he's not there. I had a chance to talk to Jeff earlier today. He said that you believed and tried this case like it was a domestic violence homicide, which it was, because it was a domestic violence.
It was.
But the jury didn't see it that way, and the jury, in crude terms, thought race trumped gender.
I think it's true that the jury was not impressed with the domestic violence evidence. Nevertheless, it's the motive. And we have to present the case we have. We can't present the case we wish we had. The motive for this murder was the issue between Simpson and Nicole Brown. And Ron Goldman was the unfortunate, innocent bystander. And that's the truth of the case. So it wasn't about, I didn't understand that the jury wouldn't care about that. I just have to present the evidence that I've got.
I have a black voting base, and I can't risk getting an all-white jury. I don't want to hear the words Rodney King or Simi Valley ever again.
I don't know. Doesn't Simpson deserve a jury of his peers? You know, rich, middle-aged white men?
Marcia.
I'm kidding. It's the truth, but I'm kidding.
We were downtown, all of us, working in the criminal courts building during the Rodney King riots. We saw it firsthand. So when a famous African-American man is now charged with a double homicide, yeah, we knew we were going to be in serious trouble.
I don't know what you guys are cheering for. Once OJ made his money, he split and never came back. He became white.
You got the cops chasing him. He's black now.
The racial divide was absolutely crystal clear, couldn't be more clear. And that women in particular, African-American women in particular, no fans of mine. So I wasn't in denial about that. The question was, what do I do? I knew there were going to be African-American women on the jury. That was unavoidable. What the question was is, what do I do? How do I reach them? That was the question. And no one had an answer for that.
I'm not a public personality. I don't know how to do this.
When I joined Special Trials, that unit is devoted to doing the high-profile cases. But high-profile back then meant, you know, the press shows up, maybe they get your name right at the arraignment, probably not. It all kind of left me incredulous. I didn't understand why people cared about my hair or my makeup or my clothing. It was like, I'm a prosecutor. Yeah. I'm not a model. I'm not an actress. But somehow we all got kind of turned into soap opera figures.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
When we finished the case, I think a lot of us felt it was largely a payback verdict for Rodney King, and in general, a payback verdict. And I'm sure that for some of the jurors that's true. One of the men left the jury box raising a fist, but I don't think it was true for all of them. I'm convinced some of them really did come in with a frame of mind that said, I'm willing to look at the evidence. I'm willing to convict if I need to. The trial was so out of control and became so awash in racial epithets and racial slurs that I think it became impossible to believe anything beyond a reasonable doubt. It was just, I don't trust you. And Johnny played to that.
Whenever I see a black man being chased by armed officers, my guard goes up.
With all due respect, this is a possible killer who fled from the police.
If the LAPD is involved, we should let history be our guiding principle. Time after time, the police shoot first and offer sloppy apologies afterwards.
In my office, there's a unit devoted to prosecuting police, so that's part of our job. And we prosecuted the officers in the Rodney King trial. And so I knew that there was enormous inequities in the way minorities were treated by the police, and I knew it was keenly felt. I really feel like it's one of those things where you can know with your head and then you know with your heart. And so more recently, when you started to see the shootings, a man running away, getting shot in the back, with Trayvon Martin, that they weren't even going to arrest Zimmerman. They weren't even going to arrest him. That I couldn't believe it, I have to say. So more than ever now, I really get it. I mean, I do. It's not that I didn't before, but I feel like on a cellular level, I get it. You see things differently, and so it actually makes me view the verdict differently too. What's on camera is very powerful. These images are very powerful, and they're undeniable. You can't say that someone lied. It's right there. It's right there.